In the desolate world where darkness reigned supreme, the once vibrant planet had fallen under the ominous control of vampires. Shadows clung to every corner, and the air was thick with a chilling silence. The population, once bustling with life, now moved as silent as the grave. Only one small child, a 7-year-old girl named Emily, remained untouched by the vampiric curse. Emily lived in the outskirts of a long-forgotten town, hidden away from the watchful eyes of the undead. Her parents had succumbed to the curse, leaving her an orphan in a world where the night seemed endless. Yet, Emily's innocence and pure heart acted as an invisible shield against the vampire's grasp. One night, as the blood-red moon hung low in the sky, a group of vampires discovered the existence of the last unclaimed soul. Their eyes glowed with a predatory hunger, and the sinister whispers of their unholy desire echoed through the once lively streets. Emily, unaware of the impending danger, played with her dolls in the dimly lit room. A soft breeze rustled through the tattered curtains, carrying with it the stench of decay that lingered in the air. Suddenly, the room plunged into darkness as the vampires blocked out the feeble moonlight. The leader, a malevolent figure with piercing crimson eyes, approached Emily with a predatory grace. His voice, a hiss that sent shivers down her spine, echoed in the silence. "You are the last, child. The last hope of humanity." Emily, sensing the malevolence, clutched her doll tightly and backed away. "What are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "We are the children of the night, the rulers of this forsaken world," the vampire declared, baring his fangs. "But you, little one, are the key to breaking the curse that binds us. Your purity is a beacon of light in our eternal darkness." Fear and confusion swirled in Emily's innocent eyes as the vampires closed in, surrounding her. The leader reached out to touch her, but as his cold fingers grazed her skin, a blinding light enveloped them. The vampires recoiled, hissing and writhing in pain. A voice, ancient and powerful, echoed through the room. "The child shall remain untouched, a symbol of hope in the face of despair." The darkness recoiled, revealing a radiant figure, cloaked in a shimmering light. A guardian spirit, long forgotten, had emerged to protect the last beacon of humanity. With a wave of its hand, the guardian banished the vampires, their howls fading into the night. The room returned to its eerie calm, and Emily stood in the center, unharmed and untouched. The guardian turned to Emily, its presence comforting yet otherworldly. "You are the chosen one, the one who will lead humanity out of the darkness. Stay pure, little one, for your innocence is the weapon against the vampiric plague that haunts our world." As the guardian faded away, Emily, still holding her doll, looked out into the night. The world may have been overrun by vampires, but within her small heart, a glimmer of hope remained. The last child, untouched by darkness, stood as a beacon against the encroaching night, a symbol of resistance in the face of a world enslaved by vampires. In the following days, Emily discovered the extent of her newfound responsibility. The guardian spirit appeared to her in dreams, guiding her towards hidden knowledge and ancient rituals that could counteract the vampire's curse. Armed with this newfound wisdom, Emily embarked on a journey through the desolate lands, navigating through the treacherous paths infested with the undead. As she traveled, she encountered pockets of survivors who had managed to evade the vampire's clutches. They were drawn to her, sensing the purity that emanated from the child. With the guardian's guidance, Emily became a beacon of hope for those who dared to resist the vampiric tyranny. The vampires, aware of the threat she posed, intensified their pursuit. Their once subtle presence now loomed over Emily like a perpetual shadow. Yet, the guardian's protective aura shielded her, creating an invisible barrier that repelled the vampire's advances. In her quest, Emily uncovered ancient artifacts with untold powers, relics that could weaken the vampires and push back the encroaching darkness. With each discovery, she grew stronger, her purpose clearer. The survivors rallied behind her, forming a resistance against the vampiric oppression. The final confrontation loomed as Emily reached the heart of the vampire's stronghold, a long-forgotten city bathed in eternal night. The guardian, now a constant companion, whispered guidance and encouragement as the small army of survivors faced the undead hordes. The air crackled with tension as Emily stood before the malevolent vampire leader. His eyes glowed with hatred, realizing that this small child posed a threat to their reign. The battle erupted, a clash between the remnants of humanity and the vampiric legions. Emily, armed with ancient relics and guided by the guardian's wisdom, faced the vampire leader in a climactic struggle. The guardian's light clashed with the vampire's darkness, and the very fabric of the cursed reality trembled. In the end, Emily's pure heart prevailed. With a blinding burst of light, the vampire leader was vanquished, his followers crumbling into ashes. The curse that had gripped the world began to lift, and the sun, long absent from the sky, bathed the desolate lands in a warm embrace. As the survivors emerged from the shadows, they looked upon Emily with gratitude and awe. The guardian spirit, its task fulfilled, bestowed a final blessing upon the child before fading into the unknown. Emily, now a symbol of resilience and purity, led the survivors in rebuilding their shattered world. The tale of the small child who resisted the vampires became a legend, a story of hope whispered around campfires. The world, scarred by darkness, found redemption through the innocence of a single child who stood against the night, proving that even in the face of unimaginable horror, the light of humanity could endure. Years passed, and the once devastated world began to heal under Emily's guidance. The survivors, once scattered and broken, formed communities that flourished in the returning sunlight. With the vampires defeated, the curse lifted, and nature slowly reclaiming its territory, life returned to the desolate lands. Emily, now a young woman, continued to be a beacon of hope. She dedicated herself to rebuilding the world, ensuring that the lessons learned from the dark times were not forgotten. The survivors looked up to her not just as a savior, but as a leader who inspired them to forge a new destiny. As the sun set on a once again vibrant world, Emily stood on a hill overlooking the thriving town she helped establish. The guardian spirit, having observed from the shadows, materialized one last time. It spoke with a voice that echoed through the ages, "Your journey is complete, Emily. The world has been reborn, and your courage has ensured a future where darkness holds no sway." With a gentle smile, the guardian touched Emily's forehead, transferring a portion of its ethereal essence. "You carry the spirit of resilience and hope. May it live on within you and guide generations to come." From that moment on, Emily became the spiritual leader of the rekindled civilization. She shared the guardian's teachings, emphasizing the importance of unity, compassion, and the enduring strength found in the innocence of the human spirit. The town thrived, and Emily's legacy became a cornerstone of a new era. As she aged gracefully, the people remembered her as the child who stood against the vampires, a symbol of the triumph of light over darkness. The once devastated lands transformed into a thriving landscape, adorned with blossoming gardens and vibrant fields. The horrors of the vampire reign became a distant memory, passed down through generations as a cautionary tale and a testament to the indomitable nature of the human spirit. Emily, now an elder, watched with contentment as the town she helped build continued to prosper. The memories of her childhood, filled with fear and isolation, contrasted sharply with the reality she had forged, a world where the shadows were chased away by the brilliance of a united humanity. As Emily's time on Earth drew to a close, the guardian spirit returned one final time, its presence soothing and familiar. "You have fulfilled your destiny, Emily. Your courage and compassion have shaped a new world. It is time to join the ages, knowing that your legacy will endure." With a final nod, Emily embraced the inevitable, her spirit becoming one with the guardian. The townsfolk, sensing the profound moment, looked up at the sky, feeling a gentle breeze that carried with it the essence of hope. And so, the small child who had faced the grip of vampires, guided by an ancient spirit, left behind a world forever changed. The townspeople, now the guardians of their own destiny, carried the lessons of Emily's journey into the future, ensuring that the light she kindled would endure for generations to come.
Like, subscribe, and click on notifications that will allow you to stay up to date with the news and not miss videos from the channel, where there will be many more horror stories.